Good morning and welcome to Quest Television and Quest 93.1 FM, the station that goes beyond your expectation. Well, today is the 26th day in the month of September. A lovely Wednesday here in the studio, or rather Tuesday. Yes, and I don't do this alone. You know that in the house with me, I have my colleagues, the person of Alex Ogbunaya, and also Comrade Efe Odomo, our admirable Quest analyst that made it today. Good morning and welcome, gentlemen.
Morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Comrade, I'm expecting special words.
Because I was thinking that you are fast forwarding the time. That's why I looked at you when you said today's Wednesday. Young boys want to fast forward the time. Old ones want to slow it down because they are afraid of where they are going.
Okay, so that was the problem here belongs to the old people.
That's what you just said.
Okay, well, making a return back to you this morning at 5 newspapers. We have The Guardian, The Nation, The Punch, the Vanguard newspaper, as well as The Daily Sun. And those are the papers we're going to be looking at. And, in no particular order, we'll start with The Guardian. And on the front page of The Guardian newspaper this morning, the major headline reads, Cardoso faces Senate under FX pressure and loss of confidence. There's no rider there, but the picture below that shows us what Cardoso has to deal with. We have spiking inflation, we have ambiguous external reserves, failing bank adequacy ratio, high interest rates, and volatile exchange rate, and amongst others. But do also get all of this on page 6 of The Guardian newspaper. Nigeria records 7,202 diphtheria cases, 453 deaths. Yes, making the rounds on the dailies this morning, but do also get more story on that on page 5. Nigeria to reduce all sectors contracting cycle to 6 months is making it to page 3. And also, Ondo Deputy Governor approaches court to stop impeachment. Get more details on that on page 7. Court dismisses PDP and Labour's petitions against Sowonlu and Hamzat is making it to page 4. And also, Labour to declare indefinite strike, mobilizes state councils for showdown. Get more details on that on page 6. East-West Road still abandoned. Hellish 17 years on is making it to the front page, but do also get more details on that on page 4. And that's the much we can take on the front page of The Guardian newspaper this morning.
We move straight to Daily Sun newspaper, and the lead story on its front page. Okay, that's the Daily Sun on your screen now. Tinubu moves to stop Chicago University, wants institution not to release details on gender, transcripts, other academic records, but only certificates. The full story can be found on page 6 of the Daily Sun. Federal government begs for more time as Labour meets to decide on indefinite strike. Nothing can't be done until Tinubu is back along. That's another story of interest. Ex-Kano Emir Sanusi hates APC hard. Says government and the ruling party has set Nigeria 40 years backward. You can read up that on page 6 of Daily Sun. Seeking investors abroad, waste of time, OB. That's on pages 27 and 28. Tension in Benue as gunmen abduct Commissioner XLG chairman. Nose throat infection kills 453 in 9 months. Urgent vaccination efforts underway. Suspected cases hit 11,000. And from Lagos comes this one. Tribunal dismisses Jando. Roads Vivo petition affirms Sanwo-Olu's election victory. You can read up that story on page 25 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And finally, on the front page of the Daily Sun, abducted 13 Zamfara students, 3 others regain freedom. That's some cherry news. That cherry news is on page 4 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Over to you, Miriam.
All right. Well, the next paper for review this morning will be The Punch. And on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning, the major headline reads, Tinubu reviews documents as CBN investigators submit interim report. The writer there says Nigerians will know what really went wrong and what brought us down, says the SGF. And also CBN special investigator continues audits. Federal government links nation woes to bad governance. Do want to get more details on this on page 2 of the Punch. Moving above the masthead, we have on strike. Labour accuses federal government of delay and NLC ESCO meets today. Get more details on that on page 2. Vandals destroy 108 transmission towers. Federal government alleges sabotage is making it to page 19 of the Punch. And also Senate screens CBN Governor Cardoso and deputies today. Get more details on that on page 7. Moving down below, we have some other banner headlines. Jandor kicks as tribunal dismisses PDP and Labour Party petitions against Sanwo-Olu. Do also get more details on that on page 30. But page 4 and 5 of the Punch is always a puncher. It says police arrest suspected Shagamu cult leader and 18 others. On impeachment, Ayedatiwa sues Ondo Assembly and Speaker alleges threats to life is making it to page 29. And well, for the picture of the day, we see the headline there that says NYG athletes lament poor conditions and maltreatment. And you can see, well, the athletes, and well, it's left for you to make your own, I don't know, whatever you can make up for this situation right now. But get more details on that on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. And well, that's much we can take on the front page of the Punch. Okay.
Sad one. I was discussing that with Comrade Homo before we came into the studio. Okay, let's look at the Vanguard newspaper now. And the lead story is on security issues. And Zamfara governor alleges federal government in secret talks with bandits. That's the lead story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. The full story is on page 5. And below that story, Tinubu has not reintroduced fuel subsidy. It's according to the ruling party APC. Fire guts Supreme Court chamber, destroys files, computers, that's on page 8. And strike, federal government will soon conclude wage awards to workers. That's according to the Minister of Labour, Simon Lalong. NNPC, NCDMB, IOCs sign deal to reduce contracting cycle to 180 days. Whatever that means, you can read up that story on page 8 of Vanguard newspaper. We are over 39,526 pending cases, says appeal court president. That's on page 25. And finally, from the Vanguard newspaper, some football news, good one at that. The Nigeria Professional Football League or Premier Football League will finally kick off September 30th after 2 postponements. And the story is captioned here, 2023-24 NPFL season to kick off September 30th. We hope this time is for real. That's that from the Vanguard.
Okay, the final paper for review this morning will be the Nation newspaper. And on the front page of the Nation, the major headline reads, probe report will expose rot in CBN, says federal government. The writer there says Cardoso and deputies face Senate screening today. More details on that you can get on page 4 after reading on the front page. Moving away from that and above the masthead, Tribunal win victory for all. Sanwo-Olu tells Lagosians. You can get more details on that on page 4. 98 court of appeal panel. Okay, 98 court of appeal panel sitting on 1,209 poll petitions. It's making it to page 5. And also we have Ayedatiwa files suit to halt impeachment. Get more details on that on page 5 of the Nation as well. Moving on, Obi distances himself from violence calls. It's making it to page 5. And major bridge collapses in Enugu. Get more details on that on page 26. Moving on, we have government entities, or rather, government entices workers with wage award to stop strike. The writer there says, Lalong, give us time. And NLC and NEC meets to decide. More details on that on page 4 after reading on the front page. Moving on, Loma Shorts Markets is making it on the front page as well, but get more details on that on page 28. And tomorrow is Eid Maulud holiday. Get more details on that on page 6. On the international scene, dam disaster says 16 charged to court. It's making it to page 30. Niger junta okays French withdrawal. It's making it to page 30 as well. And also Mali junta shifts elections. Get all details of all of this on page 30. And well, that's much we can take on the front pages of all the dailies I mentioned earlier, which is the Guardian, the Nation, the Punch newspaper, the Vanguard, as well as the Daily Sun. At this point, I open the phone line so you could call into the show and have your say on the matters. But do not forget to stick to the headlines making the rounds on the dailies. The numbers to call are on your screen, but for those on radio, 081-8888-931 and 08022-931-931. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, ma.
Yes, welcome on board. Your name and your location, please.
Thank you. Mr. Friday, calling from Izobono.
All right. Please have your say.
Bridge collapse in Enugu.
Yes.
So standard work. Let us increase our standards. in the country. Thank you.
All right. Well, that's quite a brief one, but straight to the point. He did hit the nail on the head. But at this point, like I said, we're taking more calls on the show before we move over to Comrie to enlighten us of some of the headlines there. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Well, Alex, probably any demands touch?
Oh, I don't think so, but I think we should just, at this juncture, bring in Comrie. Don't wait for more calls to come in. Comrie, you want to tell us which of the headlines, hits you the most?
Oh, well, none of them.
Hello, good morning.
Okay,
hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, this is Jimmy calling from Ugele here.
All right, welcome on board. Please have your say.
My contribution is that this NLC strike, going on strike. Okay. What are they striking for? Why we not face the business of the defense? People are dying. NLC want to contribute down to the poverty we have in this country. This is what the other former chairman of NLC, Wabara, did the other time when they gave him Prado Jeep, duplex to leave. That man go away with all this, and he left people behind. All this problem of Grand, not this to Buhari, not this to Bola Ahmed Tinubu problem. This is problem of 1990 something, 100 and something, 2000 and something. You people should try to clarify all these issues before NNC going on strike have no meaning. It's bringing more hardship to us in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, we're still taking calls on the paper review, and the numbers to call remain the same: 081-888-88931 and 08022-931-931. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Mr.
Hello?
Obi discount is from Valence.
Yes. Oh, well, I think we have to lose this call because it seems as though we're having connection interruptions. When you call into the show, turn down the volume of your radio or TV set so we don't have, such interferences. Hello, good morning. Yes, welcome on board. Your name and your location.
Evangelist Christopher on the line.
Oh, Evangelist Christopher. All right.
Yeah. I want to talk about the case, the certificate case. What is happening? If the man has certificate, why is he stopping the courts in US not to release the certificate? What is happening? What's the wrong that he did over there that he's afraid of? Somebody has certificate. It should be a thing of pride. Why is the president bringing an embarrassment, a president embarrassment on the country entirely? And also for the Supreme Court issue. It's horrible. They are setting the court on fire already now. They want to burn everything, burn all the evidences. Is it that the petition has carried fire to the Supreme Court? That's why it's on fire. What is happening in this country?
All right, thank you very much. We have to end calls at this point so we can move over to Comrade. Well, Comrade, you have heard from the people, and I'm going to touch on the first one that actually caught my attention, which is about the Chicago University certificates belonging to the president right now. The writer actually caught my attention and says wants institution not to release details on gender, transcript, and other academic records, only just the certificate. Why?
Miriam, thank you very much. The common argument that crime is caused by poverty is a slander on the poor, in the sense that most of these crimes we commit in the high places are being done by the big men. Once you say you have a certificate is something of a public domain. When you are applying to Quest as an organization, you attach your certificates. So if they now ask you to bring your certificate for verification or for citing the original copies, it's not a crime. I don't know why Mr. President, like the last caller said, is saying that they should not release educational information to the public, and you are serving the public. The very moment you are prepared to serve an oracle, you should be prepared to wear the dresses and even carry the gun on your back. So the president should be able to come out at least. If you don't have, I'm not saying that he doesn't have. If you don't have, what is wrong in tendering an apology that, oh, my father died while I was to go to school, so the money I was to use to buy the phone was eaten by rats. Anybody can give any excuse. But for you to say that they should not do it, it will give that man more power to dig deeper into the bottom. Don't forget, in the accounting world, there is a saying in the audit section that if you place an auditor on the soapbox, he pulls the matter to the bottom. Now for him to have said that they will not release it, then this will now start having a double mind that or a double thought that something must be wrong.
Okay, but at this point he said they can release the certificate but without specific information such as his gender on that document, such as the transcript, such as the academic records, you know.
You have not done anything by saying that you withdraw some and release some. When you attended school, the school has a register. If you have problem with you, even your WAEC as today or WASC or what do they call it now, you can still apply to your to the WAEC board. They will give you another certificate. If you are in court, you can go to any length to obtain your evidences as far as it is genuine, and that is what the other parties are doing. Mr. President should please. Nobody is above mistake. Nobody has ever done any wrong. Allow these people to have their way. Otherwise, they will continue to stall the cases until the time is up. So I've not seen any big deal in a certificate issue.
Okay, let's move on to the financial issue now. Yeah. Kadelso Olayemi will be facing the firing line, will be on the firing line today as he assumes the position of CBN governor. Look at the list of tasks facing him. What magic wand can this guy swing to turn things around positively, speaking about the nation's currency?
You know, he's the number one exchequer of the country. He's the custodian. He is the one that directs the economy. The Minister of Finance is just as a regulatory body, but in that one is the one that is dictating the pace and the movement, the direction of the economy. So, the man is coming in as a renowned banker. And it's an inherited issue. When I use the word inherited, the father was a very senior banker. Now the son is there. So the first thing I think they should do for the man to have a turnaround is to give him a total free hand, not to be teleguided. Because it's one thing for you to give somebody a position, it's another thing for you to tell him what to do. They should make him a contractor, not a servant. Because a contractor is that man who you ask to do something, not how to do it, but must give you result. While a servant is to tell him to do something, how to do it and how to get you the result. The economy is in shambles right now. All the monies we use our foreign reserve to borrow through the tenor of MFLA. First of all, he has to clear the doubt, the dust, the cloud on that one first before he starts talking of the monetary policy. Now they're asking him to go and resolve the forex backlog. That cannot be done in a day because you can only work on your own currency, which is the naira. The dollar issue that is actually the major problem of Nigeria today because we have dollarized our economy cannot just be handled overnight. Okay,
I may have to stop you. Another issue, I don't know if we have time for that. The Youth Games is currently on in Asaba, and the pictures we are seeing so terrible of athletes in very, very poor conditions. Not here in Asaba, but in Delta State, Asaba.
I would have been surprised if you have said that the athletes are treated with dollar gloves. Because it has been the norm in Nigeria. All this we complain every day, so it's not a new thing. It's just like when you say a dog bites a man, it's not a new. But when the man now turns and start biting the dog, then people will start carrying. So
you're saying in a nutshell, this is
not surprising to you? Yeah, it's not surprising to me at all. We've been seeing it everywhere, and nobody has done anything about it. It's a job for everybody that nobody did because somebody wanted to do it and thinking that another person there has done it. At the end of the day, the job remains undone.
Well, talking about another thing that's not really a surprise in Nigeria right now, fire got Supreme Court chambers and destroys files and computers. We've been in this country when rats have swallowed billions, snakes have done the same. Comrade, what's your take on this?
The only good thing is for this administration, we have not seen any rat or any bird swallowing anything. But now you know already they are kicking that because of the cases in court and it has gone to Supreme Court. So they want to get some of those documents out of the way. You cannot say the people lied or they did not lie. Because in this type of a critical condition, what sparks fire in CBN? I don't think it's the restaurant.
Exactly. So how does this affect the verdict that people are expecting?
If evidences are not there for you to prepare your judgment, how do you give judgment? That is just the issue. If everything you need to pass that judgment is in that room and they told you that it is burnt, then they now use their BOJ, best of judgment assessment. And the man will tell you, all the things I was supposed to have based my argument on are no longer there. So I'm going to use what I think is best for the people. That is why people are shouting that why should fire go such places? These type of things are supposed to be, I don't know, they've not actually told us that some of the materials were involved. We cannot jump the gun. They've not told us that some of the materials are involved. But people are already saying that that is the purpose. And let us wait for that day. If it does, fine. If it doesn't, fine. Nobody argues about tomorrow. Tomorrow will surely come.
Okay.
Unless, of course, we did not get there, but I know 3 of us, and all of us here will get there.
Yes, well, comrade, we all are getting there, not just us, Quest crew, as well as our viewers. But thank you very much for keeping it real here on the paper review on Quest today. We have to go, but we cannot do that without thanking you for being on air, and hopefully we'll have it tomorrow.
And I also thank you too, because I've missed both of you for some days now. Yes, and I thank you by the grace of God that is hope for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, our listeners, for keeping it real with the paper review here, and we also use the opportunity to thank the Vanguard newspaper for sponsoring the paper review here on Quest today. Have yourself a lovely day, and bye for now.